Hello everyone. Today our topic is loop, or we can say that from this video you will going to learn that how we can run the loop or how we can use the variable or we can call the variable from the file. Okay. So far I'm in Ansible directory here and my Ansible configuration file is saying that it should be become true. So I'm not going to use become true in my playbook. Remote user should be student and this is my inventory file and it's lab server A, pre-prod server B. All these stuffs are here, and here I'm using CentOS Stream Release 9. Let's move here. Today our question is 1400 user creation. Okay, so let's understand the question. Your task is to create 3 users on lab host group. Ansible playbook name must be this thing under the home student Ansible directory. We need to create playbook with this name, it's okay, and also we need to create these 3 users. Let me minimize here like this way so that we can switch easily. Let me exit from here. Now I'm here. I'm already on my workstation machine, and this is my inventory file, right? And we know that how we can create the users with the help of user, right? And how we can check here and ansible hyphen doc, and if you can use minus l and then grab user, you will see the user module somewhere. Ansible built-in user you can use here, Ansible hyphen doc, and then paste this thing. Now go for example, and now you can see that these are the example that we can use, right? So let's take an example that I'm new in this Ansible world. So I have opened two terminal for the easiest way. As per my task, playbook name should be this one, right? So let me copy here, Control C and then Control Shift V. Press I and then start with 3#. Now you can see that one is here, right? Let me show you one thing is important here. And let me tell you one thing here that I did some modification on my Vim parameter files. Now you can also set this thing AI, CUC and NU. AI is for auto indentation, CUC means cursor column, and NU is for number. Whenever I'm opening any YAML file, it will start with the line number. It will show me the line number. Okay. Now open this file here and press I and start with 3 hyphen. Press enter. And what we can do here, it is mentioned that we need to create for lab. The very first thing is that let me copy these things here so that we can do it first. Okay. Like this way and press enter. And now you can see that this is the indentation line. So it would be good and it would be really very helpful for you for clearing the RSCE exam. Okay. And here and how we can create the users, we can use this thing, right? Copy and paste over here like this way. And indentation, as per the question, I need to use Suraj, Rajan and Punit user. Suraj, Rajan and Punit user. Suraj. Okay. What I can do here, I can go here and 3YY and then P for paste and then again P for paste. The first user is good. Let me modify. Okay. Now I can check the indentation here. It look good here and all look good for me. Host S and task is with S and it is going to create on lab. The very easiest way is that I can do copy and paste like this 3 times. In production environment, we need to create the Ansible playbook for huge tasks. And if we are repeating these things, it would be not good. But yes, let me execute this playbook for you so that we will have a same understanding. Okay. Why we are doing this thing. Okay. So let me go here. And now we can check the syntax if we did any mistake or not. Syntax is good. So let me remove minus capital C. And now it is created here. Let me clear the window. And how we can perform the post checks. This is the way, right? And tail minus n. So these 3 users are created well. What else we can do here? We can also execute the command ansible lab minus m is for shell, a is for argument, id Suraj, id Rajan, and id Puneet. What would be the IDs? So yeah, it is showing correctly. The third thing we can do here, again we can execute the same command. Now ls space l slash home. Now we can see that the home directory is also created. Why I executed this? Because in the next step I'm going to delete all these three users. Okay, so that we will going to create with the help of loop command. So let's delete this. So let me copy here, and we will going to delete these from the Ansible playbook. Okay, I just mentioned here state is absent, and if you see my here it is present, and remove colon yes, it means that this will ensure the home directory is deleted, and rest of the other things are same. So I'm going to delete as a noob, you can say that. And here you can also check, if you press colon SE and then list, 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 enter. Now there is no extra space, or maybe capital I. If you see some capital I at the beginning of the line or at the end of the line, then you need to delete that. Okay, that's an extra character, hidden character. WQ, I have already cleared this, so you will not going to observe any issue. Let me check the syntax. Syntax is good. Remove minus C and then user deletion. It's completed. Now, second question says that same question. Your task is to create three users on lab host group. Ansible playbook name must be question two. Okay. Under this, you must use the loop. In this task, we must use the loop and same user, Suraj, Rajan, and Purit. What we can do here, let me open this file, press I for insert mode, and now let's understand what this playlist says. It says that till here it is okay, and here I'm using user, and we can use the full, ansible.bulletin.user. Or maybe let me show you here quickly. And here I'm using Ansible built-in.user, but you can also use user only. Okay, it's a short form. So now here user, and then it says that name is item. Let it be whatever. And how we can call the variable inside this curly braces, right? Same thing. We need to add here item. That's it. State present, and here I have mentioned state present. That's it. And then loop. In previous scenario, or you can say that in the previous release of Ansible, we are using with underscore item. But now from this new release of Ansible, Reddit says that we should use loop instead of with underscore item. Both are safe. So now here I'm saying that loop, and loop is Suraj, Rajan, and Puneet. That's it. Let me copy till here. Let me copy here and paste over there. Now let's understand again. This loop is the indentation of user, and here we have just mentioned item. And inside this loop, we just mention all the usernames. That's it. So what it Ansible will do when it run the playbook, it will replace this item with this item. Suraj, Rajan, Puneet. Whatever the item we have mentioned here, all the item will be mentioned here one by one. In this way, we can shorter our playbook, and it is easy to remember it, right? So let me save this file and run the playbook. And here I'm just checking it is a dry run. Okay. So if we are did any mistake, we will get it. But as of now, I haven't observed any error, so I'm just execute it. And now we can do the post X again, same post X. Now these are the three users, and home directory is also created here. Yes, home directory is also created. That's great. Okay, and you can also check this Rajan user, all these IDs. So in this way, we can use the loop or item, and how we can delete these user from the loop. Same, press I and then copy and paste over here. Same thing, state is absent and item, and remove I have also added here so that it will remove the home directory. And this loop must be the indentation of Ansible bulletin. Okay, the line is good. Save. Now execute the playbook. Try run is okay. So let me execute this command here. And how we can run the post X. So now we can see that only student user is here, HTTP. The that user is gone. And let me execute this command. It will be more realistic. Okay, no such users are there. That's great. And also check the home directory. The home directory is also removed. Puneet, Suraj, and Rajan users. That's great. Now, the third thing is that how to create user from file. As of now, we define these users inside our Ansible playbook. From this task, what it says, your task is to create 3 users on lab host groups. It's saying, and this is my file name, user1.yaml file. It says that we need to create the user from this YAML file. Ansible playbook name must be this thing, okay, under this. And this is how you can create this file user.yaml file. Okay, so let me copy and paste over there. Now we can check user1.yaml file. It's look like this. In this file, it is mentioned that users, it means that this is our key and it's their variables. So you can see that this is my key and these are array, right? So these are the array of this key. And how we can call these? With the help of user. We can see that item dot users, whatever. Okay. So now we need to use this question3 dot user. We already created this file. Create a new file playbook with this name, whatever it is mentioned. Press I. And how we can create the file. Now here the new thing is where's underscore file. So whenever we want to use any file and we want Ansible should call that file or open that file, we can mention like this way, where's underscore files. It should be S and at the end S. This is how you can remember. And it should be host after host. Okay. You can call multiple files. I will show you in my other question. Don't worry. Then again task till here same. Only one more thing is added. Where's underscore files. New key will be added here. And it says that, okay, open this file. Now we open this file. And after that, same thing. Till here same. But here we mention loop, not users. Why users? Because it is here users. If it's defined here banana, then we have to mention here banana. We are running the loop, and this time we are running the loop with this key. And Ansible is super intelligent. And it will say that, okay, I know that from where I can call this key. It should be coming from this file. That's it. This is how Ansible works, to be very honest. So remember it whenever you define the file and you can call the variables. You don't need to mention, you need to define this variable from this file. It will take automatically. It's a magic. Okay. So let me copy and paste over here. Let's check the indentation here. Now here it's good. It's loop. Last time what I did, let me show you. So last time we did the loop, we executed the loop with these users, right? And the item, everything is same. Here we define the variables, and from this variable it calls users. And how you have it call the user one. This is the my key. It goes here. So Ansible will open this file that we have defined here. Full path. Okay. Ansible will open this file and check this user and is a key and it mentioned here key. So it will loop here Suraj, Rajan, Puneet like this way. In future or in your organization that we will call the file and call many variables, right? Thousands of variables we can call. So this is how it works. I hope it is clear now. So let me execute this command. Check the syntax. Syntax is good. Clear the window and remove -c. Tool P and go here and let me exit from here. Exit from here and I'm here. Let's proceed for the postx. Again, postx. We can see Suraj, Rajan, Puneet user is here and check the home directory. It's here. And how we can remove? Again, same. Let me explain this thing here. State is absent and remove colon yes, it will ensure the home directory will be removed. And loop users. So it will again call this file and inside this file we have users key. Now execute this command or we can use this thing. This is my users key. This is what it will call. execute the dry run with this -c. Sorry, sometime I'm saying that it will check the syntax, but yes, if you want, you can use syntax like this, check like this. It's good. Now removing all the three users and how we can perform the post checks. There is no users, and also check the home directory. Home directory should be removed, otherwise it will produce some error for the next time. And how we can clear this lab, just copy and paste over here. That's it. So all the questions playbooks are deleted here. Let me expand here. Till now we understand that how we can call the variables. I totally understand that you need to execute this playbooks 2 or 4 times at least, so that you will get the habitual. Okay, now let's proceed for the 002. Okay, and move forward. Now this question says that create users. Your task is to create only a users who has a description manager on lab host group from the file user2.yaml. And what this file says, this is my user2.yaml file, says that name is here Puneet. Now I am adding one more thing here. Its job is manager, job is engineer, job is manager, job is intern. Now what we call use name and job, users dot name, users dot job. So it will call like this way. I will show you, don't worry. So it says that we need to create a playbook. Inside this playbook, it should run 2 time play. One is for lab and the other thing is my prod host group. Let me copy and open the file or create the file. Press I, paste over here. It will more easy. Now become true. Let me delete here because I have already added this become equal to true in my ansible.cfg file. Till here, we are again calling the variable. It's user2.yaml file. And let me show you here user2.yaml file. I need to create, right? Yes, I need to create user2.yaml file. Let me create user2.yaml file. Now it says that Puneet and job is manager. As per our task, it says that create the users only who has the description manager. It means that our playbook should create Rajesh and Puneet user for lab host group. Okay. So let's understand this lab first. So we have two sections here. One is here and the other is here. First, understand this lab host group. The same thing we are calling the variable file with the help of where's underscore files, right? And then task, again, we are using the user module. Name is item. Last time we did item. This time we are using dot name. Why name? Item, whatever the item we are mentioning in the loop, we will mention this username and it will say name. Okay. Why name? Because we have a key name and it is pair, key pair, right? Key value. Now we have mentioned here item dot name, state is present, loop user. And here we have mentioned this user, it is here user. Again, loop is same, but it will going to add all these things, right? So here we used when option. When item dot job, item dot name is here, item dot job equal to manager, then only it will execute. It means that when Ansible will run this playbook, it will check that I need to add these users. But one condition is here, when job equal to manager is there, so it will going to create Puneet user, it will discard because job equal to manager is not here, job is manager is here, so it will going to create the Rajesh user, job is intern, so it will discard this thing. So in lab host group, it will going to create only Puneet and Rajesh user because of this. Otherwise, it will going to create all users like previously we did. So in this task, we get to know that how we can call when option, and it is equal to item dot job equal to manager with single quote. Again for my prod, but it says your task is to create only users who has a description intern on my prod host group from the user file this thing. User2.yaml file, it is intern. My prod host group should add only Sunil user. Same thing. But here I just mentioned intern with this users and item.name. I hope you understand why it is item.name here and item.job from where it is coming. Save this file and then execute this, directly execute. And let me tell you one thing, it is not compulsory that you always use Ansible Navigator. In old school guys, they are using Ansible Playbook. It will also work. So don't fight with them like this way. Question for user add dot YAML. That's it. It will also work. I will show you here. Or maybe we can read this, create a manager on lab host group. It will gathering all the facts on server A only because lab host group has only one node, that is server A. The first task is create a user with job manager. So change server A item name Puneet manager. It skip server A item name Rajan job engineer. So it skip changed for item name Rajesh job is manager, and again it's skipping item name Sunil because the job is intern. Again it run the playbook my prod host group. It gathering the effect for server D. Then again it is skipping everything because it is not intern, and it changed here. The job is intern. That is changed here. This is how you can read the output. And now let's proceed for the postx. Control L for clear the window and then paste this command. I should see for lab, I can see that Puneet and Rajesh users is here. Okay. And here it should be Puneet and Rajesh. And there should not be any Suraj user. That's great. And the same command I can execute for Sunil, and it should be Control A for the beginning of the line. My prod. Now I can see server D as the Sunil user. We perform our checks. That's great. And how we can delete the user. Same thing. How we can delete. So copy. Press I is for insert mode. Now copy and paste over here. Let me show you here. Again, we have two tasks. Indentation is look good. Now again, we are calling the variable from this file. And here state is absent and remove equal to yes. Loop when item job equal to manager. Again, save this file and run this playbook. This time I'm using navigator. Again, same thing. You will see that manager and manager. It has changed. Change. Other are skipped. Let's perform the post X, Control L, and then paste here. It says that nothing is here. And maybe we can use home. Only student user here for lab. Same thing I can use for my prod. Only Rajan and student. Rajan user is created on another task. It is created on 9th of December, and today date is 25th of December. Okay. Merry Christmas to all of you. Maybe Tulsi Viva ki aapko shubhkamnaएं. And how to clear the lab? You can use this thing and Control V. That's it. Control L. Let's perform the last topic. This thing. 1403. That's an important one. And after that, we will going to create the original question. From this task, it says that create users, download one file, okay, and save it with the name user2.yaml file. Same file. I'm going to import, but here this time I'm going to download this file. Use the vault password file, this file we used in the previous task when we create the vault, right? Let me Control C and Ansible vault view, and I have already saved the password in one file, and it is calling from it there, right? Let me show you here ansible.cfg, and then we vault underscore password underscore file. Yeah, this is the file. Okay, it is taking from here. Now it means that when I'm going to run this playbook, I don't need to mention that hyphen vault password file. It is taking from the configuration file, right? And it is also mentioned that you created on task 212-01. Your task is to create only a user who has a description manager. Same thing like previous on lab host group from the file this one, and this file we download in the step one, and use the password Puneet pw Puneet variable. This is what it is saying. In this task we need to use two files. One is for user and the other one is for vault file. Same thing is for intern, and it should use password Rajan, the second variable. Let's see how we can call two variables. The very first thing is that we need to download this file, and how you can download this file, wget is the command, right? And minus o is for save the file with some name. It says that user2.yaml file, so let me copy and paste over here. Now it is downloaded. That's great. And we can check the user file. Same thing, same file. Now create the playbook with this name and press I for insert mode and copy and paste over here. Let me show you one and let me delete this become equal to true. If you want to leave it here, but I have already added on my configuration file, so I'm removing this become equal to true. Now under where's underscore files, we are calling two files. One is password and the second is user2.yaml file. For user2.yaml file, all these things are same. All these things are same, but only one line is added. Only because of that, it says that use the password pw puneet underscore variable. Okay, and it should use SHA. I have not written here, but yes, it should use hash SHA algorithm. So what we can do here, we mention here password. So I haven't found anything here. So you need to remember it how we can set the password. Password colon double quote and then curly braces. Why we have curly braces? Because we are calling the variable. Again, you don't need to remember it from where it is taking. Ansible is so smart and it knows that from where it should call the variable. So password underscore Puneet. We show you here vault you. So password underscore pw underscore Puneet. It will take automatically from this file. No need to worry about it. Okay. And then pipe. So now you need to remember it password underscore hash and then bracket single quote SHA-512. Close this like this way, and if you go here you will see like this way. Yeah, see, it should be autocomplete like this way. It is highlighting when you here, it will highlighting here, and when it you move your cursor to right, it is highlighting here also. It means that you did a good job. Just execute this command. Okay, same thing I did for my prod. Same thing here is intern and password is pw rajan. And why we call item dot name, I already explained you, right? So now execute this playbook. It should not generate any error. Yes. Engineer job is engineer is skipping, intern is skipping, manager is changed on server A. Again for server B, it skipped all and changed for intern user, that is Sunil. Perfectly fine for me. Or we can also execute the post checks. Puneet and Rajesh user is there because they're manager. Yes, it is manager and it is manager. Rajesh and Puneet. And home user, already we did the home. I copied twice, no issues. Now, how we can delete these users again? So let me copy, press I and paste this Ansible file. Let's check. Now, I have removed the second file. The reason behind is that whenever we are deleting any users, we generally not mention any password, right? We just delete the because we become equal to true. It means that we are deleting from the root privileges. So we don't need password file. For that reason, I remove that variable from here. And again, I remove from here password. State is absent and remove equal to yes. That's it. Same thing for the this thing. I hope it is clear why I have not mentioned here. Execute this command and perform the post checks. Rajan user is here for my prod. That's great. And now we can check here control A for at the beginning of the line and then lab. Clear the window. Now I can see only student user is there. And how we can clear this lab? Just delete these files. That's it. User we have already deleted. So these are the files that we need to delete manually. That's it. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. And if you are preparing for RSC, RSCA, T280, TO316 or EX316, EX380, then purchase my membership. It is only for 119 rupees only, less than $2. It's super easy, and within this amount 119 you will get all the videos of my all subjects.